ante in today's game. It's the Chargers going up against the Jets. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Larry. Coming to you from just off the New Jersey Turnpike in East Rutherford, we are just about set for football on EA Sports from MetLife Stadium. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the San Diego Chargers and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Guyton. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line. And set to be the man under center here for the Jets, Bryce Petty. Now, last year had the torn labrum and the non-throwing shoulder, required surgery. But if you look at the numbers, he had, 4 starts, 6 total appearances, only 3 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I know it's a small sample size, but not the year that Petty was hoping for.
No, not at all, because he was hoping to actually seize the position going into 2017. Torn labrum aside, he has not been able to do that. But it's also a microcosm. His numbers are of the 2016 season for the Jets. They struggled all the way around. I did his first start in the NFL against the Rams. The one thing I keep reminding people, he's better at throwing the ball downfield than he is throwing it short. And they have to remember that as they continue to try and expand his game.
His throw incomplete. A look at the starting side for the offense and Brandon Marshall.
I think the thing that impresses me most about Brandon Marshall is his strength. How he runs his routes, how he wins against defensive backs downfield, how it's so tough to keep him from getting the football.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go now.
Petty now. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense.
4 down. Here we go.
Here's Petty. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Austin Safarian-Jenkins. 49 yards. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Just how they wanted to start this one, in the end zone on their first possession.
And that just happened. How about that play right there? As you said, opening possession, setting the tone for everything. And I'm going to look forward a little bit now because everyone should be celebrating his catch in the end zone. The tight end gets a little bit of love. But if you're a receiver on the team, you should be thinking to yourself, boy, oh boy, things are going to open up the rest of the game if they have to focus on him as well.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So bad mistake there by the kickers. The ball goes out of bounds. An encroachment penalty here, maybe just a mental lapse, partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
Still first down.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I know an injury knocked Melvin Gordon out of the last couple of games, so he missed his opportunity to get to 1,000 yards. But does the injury hurt more, or just the fact he didn't get that 1,000 yards?
Yeah, he was on pace for it, obviously. But coming into the season, people were saying this is going to be a good year for him, and we're going to see a bright Melvin Gordon in the future. We saw glimpses of it.
They restructured their offense in order to give him better opportunities, and he took advantage of it.
Scary. He's only 23, folks. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Rivers. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, David Harris. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Chargers defense now getting set and taking the field. And last time out they got scored against. Their offense hasn't given them any help to this point, so maybe they need a stop here.
A stop obviously would be nice, not critical at this stage of the game, but one of the things that you want to find out from your defense, are you really ready to play? After giving up a touchdown on the last drive, let's see if they have a little bit better spark, a little bit better bounce in this series.
We'll see if they have that spark and that bounce right here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. The numbers for Marshall this year, Charles, way down from 2015. Still played all 16 games, but the yards went from 1,500 to 788, and touchdowns dropped from 14 to 3.
It's always difficult when you don't get consistency at the quarterback position to get that kind of yardage as a wide receiver. And this year, unfortunately for him, that struggles with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Geno Smith gets hurt, and Bryce Petty also did not finish the season. That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out comes the San Diego team that finished the season at 5-11. Phillip Rivers, he led the NFL in a bad stat, interceptions thrown. Second time in his career that he's thrown at least 20 interceptions. Now, look, he's had a great career, but a little wild with the football this season.
A little wild with the football, I think in large part because he's trying to create plays that maybe just weren't there. Remember, Keenan Allen, his top receiver, went down early in the season. Can you name the rest of the guys? That's where it got tough for him. I thought Tyrell Williams did a nice job stepping in, but all in all, he didn't have Antonio Gates for an entire season. Give Phillip Rivers those weapons around him, and I think we'll see the Phillip Rivers of old one more time.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, Brandon, when I watch Keenan Allen play, I actually shake my head in amazement sometimes. ACL tears in each leg the last 2 seasons, and now he's back in 2017 sprinting around.
And he'll be 25 at the start of the 2017 season. A lot of people rooting for this guy. You just always worry, though, don't you, when you have an ACL tear, especially in both knees?
You do worry about it, but you also have seen guys who have come back from multiple tears and have had really big-time careers. You know, Frank Gore has done that, and now with the Indianapolis Colts. And then you look at Thomas Davis with the Carolina Panthers. 3 times in the same knee, and has come back and had an extraordinary career. So I like the odds for Keenan Allen, and Phillip Rivers really wants him back in a big way. He's his #1 target.
Well, looking back, it was a solid season for Williams. 69 catches. He was up over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Fantasy sleeper is an understatement for what he did.
I can't believe you brought him up because I have a feeling you've got your eye on him for your fantasy team or teams for 2017.
I'm just going one team next year, but, man, he was impressive.
Yeah, did you know that he was ranked 81st on one fantasy roster last year?
I'm impressed.
in the draft. That's pretty impressive. He far exceeded that number and expect him to continue to play to that level.
play fake here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. The 11 offensive starters for the Chargers of San Diego on your screen, and one of them who provides a lot of experience, certainly Danny Woodhead.
Love him. We think of him as a third down back, catching the ball out of the backfield, creating first downs, but he can run it inside. He did it quite effectively at Chadron State in Nebraska, set big-time records in Division II.
On second down, Rivers again, and it's complete to Antonio Gates. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And partner Antonio Gates coming back for another year. It'll be his 15th season in 2017.
And how about, let's just talk about not just the longevity, but he's in a position now where he can break a tie with Tony Gonzalez because they both have 111 touchdowns at the tight end position. Antonio Gates' first touchdown of 2017, that'll break that tie, and he'll be number 1.
That's pretty impressive. Probably going to be playing behind Hunter Henry, second-year man, but just the sustainability, how long he's lasted in the league, impressive.
And think about this, Philip Rivers, so excited to have him back because Hunter Henry's playing well, but Mr. Reliable is Antonio Gates.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Forte, the lone running back. He's going to get the football. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Looking back at this year for Matt Forte, best game came in week 2. Had 3 touchdowns, rushed for over 100 yards. Altogether, 8-13 on the season. Missed the last couple games with an injury. So how do the Jets look at that position going forward? And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On play action, they'll throw. Wide open, it's Marshall, complete. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there, 78 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys.
He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Good punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Muhammad Wilkerson elevated a Temple program that was looking for players like him, and he's carried that on into the NFL. What a terrific play there.
A nice tackle for loss for the former Temple Owl, as you said, and the 30th pick in the 2011 draft. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and they've just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team, keep your offense moving at a really high level, and it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 2nd down, Forte. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. They'll come out in the pistol. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Marshall, the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Travis Benjamin, deep for San Diego. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Out comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Lorenzo Molden from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. And we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window. And they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down.
Encroachment defense. Still third down.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. From the gun, Rivers. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt. Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Here's Petty. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to let it go again. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Their big-bodied receiver. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Rivers now on second down. Gates has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Rivers. Right side catch. This is Gates. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Again, it's Rivers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Third and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. throwing, Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And it's 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Forte, the lone running back. They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Petty now. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. Another pistol look here. Back to throw here. Finding time. Trying to lay one up deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Austin Seferian-Jenkins as the first half is winding down. And this Jet offense starting to run away with this one. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. On the ground, Forte. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Third and long. Bryce Petty has the completion across the middle, and this goes 49 yards for the score. Jets take the early lead. We go to early in the first. Under pressure here, the ball is picked off. Harris is the one who makes the pick, halting the offense's drive. Offense out now following the interception. The pass will be caught over the middle. This play goes for a score. That puts them up by 2 touchdowns. Jets with the ball early in the second. Quick pass, and it's Brandon Marshall on the catch. He gone as he sprints into the end zone. Jets up now by 21. Jets have the football midway through the second. Petty's got the completion from the gun. And he'll go in for the touchdown. The Jets push the lead to 29. Jets take over late in the second. Petty's going to complete the pass from the gun. And a quick 3-play drive ends with a score. Jets way out in front. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Holding, receiving team.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. They come up in an offset eye. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And just a simple, basic neutral zone infraction here, partner.
Yeah, when you're ready to launch and go get the quarterback, sometimes you take off a bit too fast.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with second and just 2 yards to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
So the offense needing 4 yards. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And Charles, he's already north of 300 yards in this game.
And while watching him work, I just keep coming back to what a magic number that is. We've almost made it routine, haven't we? 300 yards, wow, what a great day. We don't understand what goes into that. And today, he's taking advantage of every opportunity, and he's being very precise throwing the football.
Some highlights to show for his efforts. Forte, the lone running back. Here's Petty, taking a shot here for Marshall. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Their dangerous wide receiver. An 80-yard touchdown. And this Jets offense continues to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. So they're going to go for 2. They'll give it up to Forte. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us. And they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit. Make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Rivers now on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Antonio Gates, the veteran tight end, was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He'll drop it underneath for Woodhead. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. Forte, the lone running back. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Again, they were targeting Marshall there. Third down here.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
3 down.
Petty now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Anoon with that time, and it brings up fourth down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A big play there. 45 yards. And this Jet offense starting to run away with this one. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent. Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
Third and long for Rivers. He's got time. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So the offense has it first and 10. A give. This is Forte. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then. Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Here's Patty. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game? His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Forte denied shy of the goal line. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach knows what he's going to say, why he did it. We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification. And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Drew Kaiser now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
One receiver left, that's Allen.
390. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
First down, Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And quickly they get to the line. Rivers now to throw on first down. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And does the big boy have the juice? He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble to get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. A running play now for Forte. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come. Up empty, but that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now San Diego getting set for just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Rivers. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. 3rd and 4. From the gun, Rivers. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for San Diego.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Goes over here on the punt, and the Jets take possession. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. To put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Here we go now.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard?